Hey guys, happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. So as promised, I'll be continuing to do a series of videos on how to get started on Turo and just all the little tips and tricks that I've learned over the year because I've had such an overwhelming demand from people asking me questions about where they should start, what they should do. So many people are going to move into the marketplace in 2021 that I am absolutely certain of. I have never seen so many messages hit my inbox the way that I have ever since 2021 started. So I'm going to start off by just going over some basic stuff, right? Like, first thing I thought about today is what was my biggest regret in 2020 in the marketplace? Like, what do I wish I didn't do? And that was definitely, hands down, without a question, was offering really low prices. So in the beginning of 2020, even when the market was doing really well, before everything happened in March, I was offering really low prices. The market was just, it was trending in a weird direction where everyone was getting really competitive and all you wanted to do was get your car out. So you're getting your car out for the maximum number of days, but you're getting such a low rate on it. So you're getting all that wear and tear, all the mileage, and it just, in the long run and in hindsight, it didn't make any sense to conduct business in that way. And if you watched the last video that I did about the 2020 recap and then starting Turo in 2021, which I'll link at the end of this video, you'll notice that Turo implemented a lot of changes to really help change that and to streamline the marketplace and the prices. But the reason why I bring that up is because that's something really important to think about as a host and even just as the host community, right? When you really drop your prices, like if you have a 4 Series BMW like I did and I'm offering it at $40 a day for a 2018 M Sport, I mean, that's insane. That's not value. That's just, that doesn't make any sense economically. That's not how you build value in a marketplace. In fact, that's how you destroy value in a marketplace. And it actually works against not only yourself as a host, but other hosts. It works against the marketplace. That is not how you build a better future. And I realize that now. And I'm so glad that Turo has made the changes that they've made by lifting the minimum prices and streamlining that. So that was a big regret. And the main reason why I regret that is because I diminished my own value, right? As an all-star host, a power host, I went above and beyond. I maintained that car as if it was going out for $120 per day, which is what it probably should have gone out for. So to put in all that effort and provide that level of experience, but at that type of a day rate, it just doesn't make any sense at all. So that was a huge regret of mine because I put in all that work, but the juice was not worth the squeeze, right? Or whatever that saying is. So you want to really think about that as you get onto the platform. Is your day rate needs to match the value that you're offering and the value of the car. If as a host community or as the host community, we can lead with that type of mindset, we can actually build our marketplace, build better transactions, build better renters, and create that repeat business that we all want, right? So that's something to think about, something I've implemented ever since probably mid this year, and I don't ever really plan on changing that because I know that the value that I offer to the marketplace, I know that my guests will be happy and that they'll never regret paying what they pay for my cars. So that was one thing. Second, if you are getting involved in the marketplace this year, you want to be prepared to buy 2022 cars. So the following year cars always come out, I think, in the middle of the year, right? So they should be coming out probably August or September of this year, because you want to always remember that there are always people coming onto the platform and you have to remain competitive, right? If you're going into it and you're listing 2015 or 2014, which is I think the oldest that you can go right now, I mean, it's going to be hard for you to compete against somebody who has a 2020, a 2021, a 2022. And because I have a strong hunch that a lot of people are going to be coming onto the platform this year, you can almost anticipate that we're going to see newer makes and models than we've ever really seen on the platform. There's going to be a lot of people coming in. There's going to be a lot of people who are motivated. And because the marketplace is sort of maturing now, there's a lot more education on it. There's a lot of examples in front of us. People are going to pick up on that, and they are going to go for the better car, the newer year, the newer make, the newer model, and they're going to offer more value in that way. So if you're thinking about, hey, I'll go in with just like an older car that's 6 or 7 years old, you have to think about what happens towards the end of 2021 when people bring in these newer models. Where do I stand? Where will I rank against them? So that's something that you should be thinking about as you go into it this year. So that's one that I'm thinking about as well. And then another one that I was thinking about today was, you want to network with other Turo hosts and Airbnb hosts. This is something that took me forever to do. I was always just such a lone wolf, I feel like, and I just always did my own thing, right? And then I realized that there is just so much support in the community when you network with other hosts, and it's extremely beneficial for you, right? You can call on a host, you can depend on them in case of an emergency, you can bounce ideas off of them. When you run into issues, you can talk to other hosts in the community and share your experiences together. It will save you from just so much uncertainty and not knowing, especially if you're a newer host. And you would be surprised at how many hosts out there are so willing to help and to kind of show you the way and guide you through how certain things work. So I think that that's a big one. Not only that, but if you network with other hosts, there are a lot of opportunities in that, and I've seen a lot of people do it. For example, if like you're in the Orange County area where I'm located, right? One of the prime locations to be in is as close to John Wayne Airport as possible. If you can get, a lot that's close by there, and you can have your cars there and have that be an easy pickup location for guests coming in, flying into town, that would be a great way to go. That'd probably be pretty difficult to do if you're just one person and maybe you have, 5 to 10 cars. It might not be sustainable. But if you partner up with other hosts that are in the area who also have similar type of offerings, you guys align in your values and the way that you conduct your business, you can partner up and you can have this amazing offering in a better location, in a prime area. You can increase your day rates, you can work together, and it's actually a great way to take the business, that 5 to 10 cars that you might have, and actually start transitioning it into becoming like a passive income type of business. Because if you join forces and you can share those expenses, you can share that responsibility, then you can go in on hiring someone to maintain those cars and kind of do the day-to-day that is required in upkeeping the Turo business. So there's a lot of opportunity that can come out of that. I actually know a few Airbnb hosts who were doing Airbnb originally, and then they got involved in Turo. And what they did was, because they were in different states, different markets, they were managing each other's cars and properties, right? So for example, if you're in Texas, an Airbnb host in Arizona, and you want to put a car out there like a Jeep, something that would do really well out there. I know somebody who has someone else in a different state managing their car, and that Airbnb host has a property in Texas. So the Airbnb host in Texas is looking after that person's Airbnb property. So there's so much opportunity, and there's actually a real alignment between doing Airbnb and doing something like Turo, being able to match a property with the perfect type of car that you might need for the location that you're in. So just so many ways that you can get creative and use your imagination to expand this business, get into other cash flow generating type businesses like Airbnb, there's so much that you can do. So that networking element, which is probably the last thing that I realized in my years of doing this, is very important, and it can just, really help you out along the way. You can leverage people and continue to build yourself. You can't always build everything just on your own. So the more people that you can leverage, you can really maximize your own time in running a business and think about growth and think about that experience. So that is really important. And then finally, the thing to consider is offering a unique experience that people will seek out, okay? So I was thinking about it today. Right now, I'm out of town. I'm staying at an Airbnb. This view is insane that I get to look at every single day. This home that I'm staying in is beautiful. It's more than anything I could have ever imagined. And not only that, but the experience that I had in this home was absolutely flawless. And I got to talking to the Airbnb host about it too, and he was just great. He did little things like, before coming into town, he messaged me asking me, hey, what's your favorite beverage? I'll make sure that the refrigerator is stocked. Like, is there anything else that you need? Is there anything specific that we can accommodate your stay with? If you need help with, sightseeing or hiking trails, whatever it is, just let us know. Here's my phone number. You can reach me right away by text. I mean, there's just so many points of accommodating that he hit me with that it was just, I was blown away. The house was incredibly clean. He acknowledged that obviously we're going through weird times and that cleanliness is of the utmost importance for him, that they make sure the house is inspected, it's disinfected. When I got here, there is all types of sanitizers, face masks. I mean, everything that you can possibly think of, they provided, and that was really awesome. So, if I was to leave a review for this place, I would talk about not only how amazing the property is and these gorgeous views and the house, but I would talk about the host and just how he went above and beyond to make me comfortable and to provide me this 10-star experience, really, in his communication, in just how seamless the process was. I didn't have any questions for him when I got here. None. I got here, everything was in the messaging. There was nothing left to wonder about or figure out. And the fact that I know that he's just a text message away really gives me a lot of comfort in that if I need anything, I know that I can reach out. So when you are listing a car on the platform, you want to think about, what can you do? What type of experience can you provide where somebody is going to leave you a 5-star review like that? They're leaving you a 5-star review because that's the maximum amount of stars that the platform will let them give you. But if they could, they would leave you a 10-star review. So how do you provide that experience to where somebody says in their review, like I'm going to leave for this Airbnb, hey, if I could give him 10 stars, I would. I mean, it was just flawless, A to Z, and just describing my experience and my level of comfort when staying in someone else's home. And to think about that, I would probably never buy a property like this, not in this area. It just doesn't align with my life. But the fact that I can take some time out and experience something like this that I would otherwise never be able to do, that it's unreal that we have these marketplaces that exist like that and that the times are changing like that. It's exciting. So how do you take advantage of that? It's just like my C8 that I just listed. I already know the demographic that's gonna rent that car, and it's gonna be people like, hey, maybe I have 3 kids and I have a family, so owning a C8 isn't really practical. I gotta put my kids through school, college, whatever it is. But I wanna take my wife out on a date night. This is one of my dream cars. My dad growing up had a Corvette. Those are the types of stories that I already know that I'm gonna hear. And for someone to be able to rent a beautiful C8 that is so cared for and is gonna provide them an amazing experience, it's unreal that people get to do that. So you wanna really think about it from that point of view, is how can you ignite that type of experience for your guest, whether you're in Airbnb or you're in Turo. So go into your car buying decisions with these thoughts in mind. So this video is really just to plant some seeds for you guys when you think about getting started on the Turo marketplace. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go enjoy the sunset. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have an amazing weekend ahead, and I will talk to you guys soon. Once again, my name is Saimah, and this is Saimah's Experience. If you guys like this channel, be sure to subscribe. All my details are in the description down below. And once again, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.